With absolutely no money to spend at all, it's been about as quiet a January for us as you can imagine, other than the fact that there's been an obscene amount of games to play. But today we have two rather important games. The first one is the FA Cup fourth round, and it's against the former club, Charlton, so of course we're going to be playing that, followed by the final Europa League game of the league phase, which actually doesn't matter too much because we've already qualified for the round of 16. Huzzah! Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to part 11. I think it's part 11. I probably should have checked that. Part 11 of club number 3 here on the MyCareer save on Football Manager, which is, of course, with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Thank you for joining me in today's video where we are going to be playing, as mentioned, against Charlton and also against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Again, that final Europa League game. Just to quickly show you the table. That's how it's looking. We're in the top 3 and we've got the little Q, which means we cannot finish lower than 8th. We are already there. The game effectively against Tel Aviv does not matter. We're going to treat it like it does, though. But first, we've got the FA Cup against Charlton, which we'll get on to. And if you're excited to see how we get on, by the way, in both of those games, then don't forget to leave a big like on there for me. And do not forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so. And you put a big smile on this face right here, which regularly has nonsense coming out of it. So, since you were last with us, it was against Ipswich and Villa. As you can see, that kind of initial run against Villa, after Villa rather, I should say. When you just look at the results, not great to get a couple of draws after that, but bear in mind who they're against. Manchester United and Chelsea. That's not bad going. We then battered Burnley. Huzzah. Tight loss against Spurs. It is away from home though. I'm okay with it. Beat Brentford. That was great. Drew against Chelsea in the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final, which was a bit of a kick in the teeth because they equalised. We were leading 1-0. And then this performance, 3-1 against Man City. We ripped them apart. They're having a poor season. If I show you the Premier League table, they're currently 7th. We're currently 5th. 5th! What is this nonsense? So that was fantastic. We laboured against Crystal Palace. They're a bit of a bogey team for us, I've got to say. That first game that we played against the Selhurst Park was a struggle. But then we were cooking in the second leg and we battered Union Berlin in our last game as well. This kind of stretch here, we were starting to fall apart. Like, we were having like 3, 4, 5 players having a notification to say, you need to rest them. And only had 2 or 3 days to do that with limited squad depth because of injuries. But we managed to get through it, and we managed to get to the point where we are starting to get back the rest of the squad players. Now, there have been a couple of developments. I said it was a quiet transfer window. It has been. By the way, ignore him. He's a youngster. He's not a very good one either. I don't know what happened there. We have had transfers happen. So, we obviously did sign in the last transfer window a couple of players. We signed Stefan Bon and Junior Krupi, who you can't see because my head's in the way. But we'll start with Stefan Bon. He's actually gone back to Paris Saint-Germain. We didn't use him enough. They recalled him. I think I said in a conversation with the manager, who, by the way, is Pep Guardiola, I said you can recall him. We don't need him. Hinshelwood has done more than a good enough job. So he's gone back. And we did lose Krupi as well, which is really annoying because he didn't play many times for us. He started one league game. That one league game is where we got those assists. I cannot tell you how annoying it was. That was the last game that he played for us. He was fantastic. He played because of injury, and he was sensational playing behind the striker. And then that happened. They recalled him. So, a little bit furious about that. I was tempted to go back in for him. They're not going to accept it, though. Let's be completely honest. So, he's gone. He's gone. Bye-bye. So, we have loaned in Mikkel Damsgaard from Lyon. Currently in real life at Brentford. Very happy to get him in. He's a decent enough player to come in for half a season. Boosted our shirt sales, apparently, as well. I did put in an audacious loan offer for Gavi from Barcelona, because he's on the transfer list. Obviously, we got no money. We can't afford him. Barcelona accepted it. It was Gavi who rejected it. So Damsgaard was our backup, as you could probably imagine. But he's more of an attacking midfielder than Gavi would have been, so I'm quite happy to have him. He will be a rotation player to sit in the hole behind the striker. Now, in terms of how we've been doing very, very well. And, well, I think we've kind of starting to learn a few things. Learning thing number 1, Noah Darvic doesn't want to be here anymore. Real Madrid want him, and he's made us aware of it. So we've slapped a fee on him. He threw a wobbly because the fee is more than what he wants to go for. I might be... Do you know what? I can't believe I'm about to do this. Oh, he's happy with it now. I tell you what, let me reduce it to 80 and he should be happy at that point. He threw a wobbly because he didn't want it to be higher than 78. I have agreed that if Real Madrid hit that fee, I will let him go. And I will, because it will give us a decent amount of money to try and replace him with. So we did fall out with him. Other than that, and other than the fact that Andre still wants to leave and no one wants to buy him, everything's looking okay. Injury-wise, Mapiu is the only one who is injured. Fernandez has just come back to full fitness. I do want to try and squeeze him onto the bench. McKernan has come back to full fitness recently as well, which is good. We're starting to get there. We're starting to finally have a full squad again, which is a nice feeling considering all of the nonsense we've had to put up with. I don't know who I want to leave off, to be honest with you. It's probably going to be Diogo Dalot. More than... Yeah, do you know what? Tavares. And we'll move you two around. And that makes me feel a little bit better. I should really put Dan Hughes on the bench as well. I don't really have anywhere to put him. Yeah, I don't know who to leave off. I mean, McKernan's got to come on because he's a former Charlton player, so I can't not do that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know which one to do. I should really completely rest Darvic, but if it goes wrong, I want him available. No, do you know what? Let's take a risk. Let's rest Darvic completely. That feels like a smart thing to do in this circumstance. Right, anyway, this is the 11 that we're going to be going with. It is going to be Trafford in goal, Leifson, Hall, Owino and Aït-Nouri in defence, Andre and Bietic in the middle with Jara, O'Reilly and Sjoquist, supporting Atuesta up front, who is starting to resemble what we thought he might be. He's not necessarily scoring every game, but he's getting there. Scored against Crystal Palace, scored against Union Berlin, scored against Brentford, scored against Burnley. He is starting to get a few goals here or there. He's also now been registered to the Europa League squad, so he's happy, which is obviously a good thing. So that's good. Also, we've committed to Cook being a attacking midfielder. Just looking at his form, he looks better when you look at how he's played. He's had better match ratings as an attacking midfielder. It just makes more sense to do it. So we're going to go with that. It's going to be Atuesta and Jara as the strikers. And of course, just to cement that, Jara started today as an attacking midfielder. I am nothing if not inconsistent. O'Reilly, by the way, has been a solid choice in midfield. He's been really good. And Sjoquist has continued to look good, although when he's been tired, he hasn't been that good recently. But now he's had a little bit of as much rest as we can give him. He's starting to look a little bit sharper. Paul has gone and scored very early on in the second minute, and that is 1-0. Of course, another former Charlton player was here for half a season from Chelsea and was very, very good for us in that. Was it half a season or a full season? No, do you know what? It was. I'm sure it was a full season, actually. I think I might have got that completely wrong. So it's interesting. Doesn't celebrate. Good sign of respect. We'll see whether McKernan celebrates if he scores when he comes on. He will absolutely be coming on, by the way. If nothing else, for the reason that he needs match fitness quite severely, because again, not long come back from an injury. I also do want to get Fernandez on today, so I'm already pre-planning. If we are comfortable enough where I feel like I can do it, Andre will come off, O'Reilly will drop to there, Fernandez goes there. Because with Sjoquist and Darvic, Fernandez is going to have to learn to play there, whether him likes it or not, quite frankly. Still only the 1-0. We've dominated, but I would have liked to have seen a score more than just the one. I'm going to demand a bit more from the boys. I want us to work a little bit harder just to cement this one and move on. I'd have liked an early blitz so we can just kind of put ourselves into cruise, but it doesn't look like we've had that. Although we have a free kick now. O'Reilly looking for Atuesta. Atuesta very unlucky. He has 2 bites at the cherry, but the second one is offside. So wouldn't have counted even if it had gone in the back of the net anyway. And we start with another highlight. I did have a quick look at the Charlton side. Didn't recognise many of the names in there, so they've had to do a little bit of a rebuild this summer. They have lost a few names, but not all of their names, if that makes sense. They've just chosen not to play some of them. Josh Phillips, by the way, who was our star striker, he's gone into the under-21s for them. I'm outraged at that, I really am. Of course, they lost McKernan to a release clause to us. Will Fish is still there, though, which is good to see. So are a number of their, what I'd consider to be good players. It's a bit of a surprise, though, because they're not playing a lot of them today. So I'm just wondering whether they are just judging this to be not worth it as far as competition goes. They're in 22nd at the moment in the Championship, so really in danger of, after back-to-back promotions, back-to-back relegation. Fogging my throat there, sorry. Back-to-back relegations. By the way, Sjoquist has gone and scored here. Andre into Aït-Nouri. Aït-Nouri gets it in and just takes his time. Doesn't need to rush anything. Gets it in there, and it is 2. No, apologies. I've got to try. I'm falling apart. Frog in my throat, dry skin on my lips, what can I say? A professional would have sorted these things beforehand, but I am nothing if not a professional. 2-0, I'll take that. That's a happy first half for me. I would have liked another goal just to cement things, but we've been all over them, and that is the most important thing. We'll say that one. Apologies, the door went. I forgot what we were saying. I'd liked another goal, but I'm quite content with where we are at the moment. Now, I'm probably going to keep things as they are. I'm not going to make any dramatic changes yet. What I would quite like is for us just to find another gear, get another goal, maybe another 2, and then I'll start making changes. But we won't change anything just yet. We'll keep as we are, and we'll try and bully Charlton into giving the ball up so we can get another goal. Yeah, they're really at risk, Charlton, of back-to-back relegations, which would be absolutely awful for the club. Bearing in mind, I'm pretty sure we were printing money with them. Was it them we were printing money with? We were printing money at some point. And I think it was with Charlton. Maybe it was with Spennymoor. I'm misremembering. I can't remember, but... yeah, I mean, they really cannot afford, I don't think, to get relegated because the Championship is where they belong. And they really needed to build on that relegation back to the Championship and try and kind of get ready for just cementing themselves as a Championship team. Because I said all the way through that Championship season, we are doing very, very well, but we will struggle if we come back down. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to leave when the opportunity to come to Wolves came up. Because I knew we'd have a problem if we were still there and they got relegated. So we kind of jumped before the ship sank, and I think we look the smarter for it now, to be honest with you. Right, Nuri running down that left wing, looking for a cross, whipping it in, and it is absolutely scrambled, and no one can really take advantage of it, which is a bit frustrating. Right, it is substitutes o'clock. We are going to make some changes. It is going to be Showquist who comes off for Lewis McKernan. Do you know what? I'm going to change all 3 of them, actually. Fernandez is going to come on as well. And Jara is going to stay on, but he's going to go to striker. And we're going to bring on Mikael Damsgaard. I want to play him as the central one, but he's going to play there just to give Fernandez some time in that position, that rogue position there. And we'll leave it at that. I am also going to bring on Dan Hughes at some point, but we'll go with that for now. In fact, I've just realised I haven't done what I wanted to do. Can I go back? Yeah, I can. Okay, great. So, O'Reilly. Sir, you're going to go there because we're going to rest Andre. That was thing number 1 that I forgot to do. Then we're going to bring on, where is he? Fernandez. Then we're going to bring on Damsgaard. I'm going to swap you 2 around, and then we're going to bring on McKernan. So they're the 3 changes. O'Reilly goes to defensive midfield, as he can do, and I'm quite happy with that. I can't click done, though. There we go, I can now. That was a bit concerning for a second. I can't do a team talk, that's fine. They don't need a team talk, they're professionals. They can deal without me motivating them, that's fine. Right, substitutions made. We have a corner here. O'Reilly to take. I feel like he's going to go short here. He does. To Jara. Jara, back to O'Reilly. Into Fernandez. I mean, that's awful. Referee. Have a word there. Jara's been hacked there. Trainers on and everything. Don't tell me he's injured. We got the penalty, but... don't tell me Jara's injured after I've just taken my only other striker off. Red card as well. 2-footed challenge. Can't be doing that. Tusati's off. And Matías Fernandez steps up on his return after long-term absence with injury to potentially make it 3-0. And he does. That makes me really happy. Matías Fernandez gets his 7th of the season because he was flying at the start of the season. He was one of our, if not our best player. So it's good to see him get on the scoreboard early on here in his return. I know he's only just come on. I know it's a penalty. It'll do his confidence the world of good, and that is the most important thing. Get in there, lad. Get in there. Right, 3-0. I'm comfortable now. I'm happy. I'm delighted with what we've got. There's no injury to Jara as well, so I'm not too worried about him anymore. I am going to take off Owino, and Dan Hughes is going to come on. And I'm also going to take off Bajetic for Hinselwood, and that will do. We don't need to do any more than that. That will absolutely be fine. Right, let's see out the game or maybe get a 4th. Either or is fine with me. Absolutely delighted with this. This is exactly the performance I wanted. Right, Damsgaard. Whipping it in, looking for Hughes. Can't quite find him. Hinselwood, back to Damsgaard. Good to see him with his first few touches. I mean, I don't know whether that was a bad pass or not, but we've ended up getting away with it. O'Reilly now. Going back to Leifson. He's come on leaps and bounds this season. He looks really, really good. What a ball that is to Damsgaard, by the way. And Patricio Jara, I think there's going to be an offside check, but I think that was on. That is a sensational bit of play. It has been given. So O'Reilly goes back to Leifson. What a ball this is from him, by the way. Pings it over to Damsgaard, gets it across the goal, and there's Jara there just to tap it in. Jara is a weird one. He has good games where he can score goals. He has games where he's completely anonymous. Ben Cook had those. Atuesta does have a few of those as well. None of them are the full, consistent, full package of striker. But each of them have their own games. But what I'm really happy with there is Damsgaard. I'm happy that he's got off to a flyer in his first appearance as well. That makes me very happy indeed. And 4-0, you can't say fairer than that. That will absolutely do. But can we get a fifth? Leifson to McKernan. Of course, McKernan, formerly of Charlton, who we signed in the summer with the release clause, the relegation release clause, so we got him for a bargain. Damsgaard's gone for a well, I say worldie, it's a very good goal, maybe it is a worldie. For his first appearance for us, that is a sensational strike. I will take that all day long. Hall gets it here, he's really into Charlton territory, gets it to Hinshelwood, Hinshelwood goes to Damsgaard, just takes a touch. Whoa, the bend on that is a beauty. Oh, I love that. Oh, that's good. This should hurt me because it's Charlton. And we had a lovely time at Charlton, but I'm having a lovelier time at Wolves at the moment. And that is full time, and we're through to the next round of the FA Cup. Struggled against Crystal Palace, but that was exactly by the book. Pure textbook. Really, really happy with that. Right, so that's us through. It hasn't been drawn for the FA Cup 5th round yet. I will leave it. Arrogance? What arrogance? Well, sort yourself out, lads. Right, you see, here's what we've been having, these fitness concerns. Showcris and Andre are the two who've really been struggling, so I'm going to give them a rest and we'll assess. What I might do in the next game is we'll start O'Reilly there, and then it's way too early to start Fernandez. Damsgaard is unregistered. If I can register him, I might start him there just to see how he gets on. And Showcris comes out for Noah Darvic, and Darvic and Patricio Jara can swap around, and we go with that maybe. I don't know whether it's said, whether we can register. No, we can't. Okay, well, we'll have to deal with that in that case. I'll work it out. I'll decide what we want to do. I mean, Ben Cook can come in. He could play here. We can move those two around. That's not the end of the world if we have to do that. And again, it's a game that doesn't necessarily matter too much. Anyway, I've waffled on enough about that. I'll be back in a moment for the game against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Oh, Houston, we have a problem. Noah Darvic's release clause has been met by Real Madrid. He's leaving. That's it. We're not going to be able to convince him. I can try and offer him a new deal. No, because he's unhappy because he wants to leave, so there's nothing we can do to stop him. Oh, man, it's the end of January as well. We've probably got him for the Tel Aviv game, but that's it. And these three are unhappy with training as well because of reasons. What reasons are they? Ben Cook doesn't like to train. That's something I've discovered. He's not on particularly heavy training compared to everyone else. He's on normal intensity, medium workload, which you can just about see because I'm here. We've taken him off an additional focus. I don't know what more he wants because we need to develop him. He's a young player. I mean, okay, we've got him doing a player trait. Do you know what? I'm going to praise his development. Okay, fine, it worked out. I'm not changing his intensity. I've changed him to normal. I don't like the fact that I'm putting him on normal, but I've done it. You want to do quickness, you want to do tactical possession, you want to do tactical defending. Lads, do you know what? It's all good because I've got you covered at some point. We did it last week. What are you moaning about? What? Do you know what? I'm going to ignore a lot of them. Yeah, anyway, that is what it is. We'll have to deal with it. Now, in terms of his contracts, let me just have a double check of it. So, I can't remember whether... So, sell-on fee percentage. There is a 10% sell-on fee percentage to him. So, he'll get 10% of the fee, which is really annoying. And then, in terms of clauses, just 10%. So, that's the only thing that we'll miss out on. So, we get 55% of the fee to play with. But he will then also get 10% of it. So 78, he'll get 7.8 million. So 70, we'll get 35 to 40 million to replace him, which is doable, but we need to start looking now, really. So, I mean, I don't know. I use the Director of Football for free transfers. I don't really use them for this sort of thing. But who do they recommend? I don't know who any of you are. I'm sorry, I don't. I mean, your name's Odin. That's excellent. But I don't know who you are. Gruder, don't know who you are. I mean, you look all right. You're at Brighton, but you look all right. And Jarlo, don't know who you are. I'm going to have to do a little bit of digging and see whether we can find anyone who's going to be good enough to come in. Do we need anyone? I mean, let's have a look at it. Darvic goes. We've still got Sjöquist. We've got Damsgaard. We've got McKernan. We've got Cook. We've got Jara. We've got Fernandez. We've probably got enough personnel, but do we put it towards a striker? Well, we're going to deal with it. I mean, there's always the chance he turns the contract down, which I highly doubt. Right, I've waffled on long enough. This video is now going to be significantly longer than it needs to be. I will be back for the game against Tel Aviv, and hopefully we still have Darvic at that point so we can have one more game with him. Or I'm going to cry. We're back for the game against Maccabi Tel Aviv, and on the transfer front, we're lucky. Noah Darvic is still here. He will be playing his probably final game for us today. Also, we got to register the squad again, so Damsgaard is in as well, which is good. So he gets to play today as well. I'll talk about the transfer thing in a moment, what I'm thinking I'm going to do when Darvic does go. But the 11 we've got is going to be Trafford in goal, Leifson, Ute, Hughes and Tavares in defence, O'Reilly and Hinselwood in the middle, with Darvic, Damsgaard and Cook supporting Atuesta up front. Let's get into the game and let's see whether we can finish things off with a bang. Hopefully we can. So we're going to have about, I don't know, 30 million to 40 million to spend on a new player. Or we don't spend it on a new player, and what we do is we do what we did last season when we had some money. We go wonderkid shopping. We look for young talent. We look for players who maybe are a little bit undervalued, who aren't going to cost us the world, from maybe the lesser fancied clubs. And we just go for it. We just sign them with no promise of first team action. Worst thing is we develop them and we sell them on for a profit, as is the plan with Jara, Atuesta and Juan. Juan, by the way, is on loan at Watford. And if we sell them, we make some money. If we don't, they get into the first team and they make us some money by helping us win stuff. That's the plan. I'm not saying it's a good plan, but it's a plan nonetheless. So we'll see what happens with that. I need to have a proper think about that. But there are some players I've already identified, so maybe we will do that. And then it's a question of, do we sign them and get them in now, or do we sign them to come in at the beginning of next season, so they get half a season at their current clubs under their belts, or we get them in and send them to somewhere else. I'm leaning towards, if we do this, letting them stay at their clubs until the end of the season, and then we'll get them then and assess what we think about them at that point. But this is a bit of a dead rubber for ourselves. In terms of Maccabi Tel Aviv, whose name I've said differently about 5 different times, they are unknown as to where they are in the league, because the game doesn't want us to know, because Damsgaard is taking a corner and Dan Hughes has scored his first of the season. He has put it in the back of the net before, but he was robbed by VAR. But he's not been robbed tonight. He does score in the 9th minute away from home, and we lead by a goal to 0, which is glorious to see. Good corner from Damsgaard as well. His first start for the club. And there is Dan Hughes, who is going to be the future of this club if he stays. Right. Tel Aviv, where are you? We're never going to know. We're never going to know. We're just not destined to find out. Right, ball whipped in. Damsgaard was kind of floating, but didn't really come forward enough. Tavares now on the ball. Goes back to Hinselwood, and we're going to try and recycle things now. Right, Tavares. Dangerous position, waiting for the moment to do the cross. Still waiting. Tries to cut it back to Hinselwood. Oh, Cook's stolen it there into Darvic. And if that is a farewell goal for Noah Darvic, thank you for the 12 months that you've spent at this football club, because genuinely his signing last season changed the game. He was the best player hands down, and he's still the best player. It's a little bit closer this season with Sjöquist and the start Fernandez had made as well, but by far and away he's been the best player at the club since we signed him, and he will leave as the best player at the club, so it's going to be difficult for us to go forward without him. But it's kind of happening at the right time when Fernandez is coming back from injury, because he can fill in that role. It means he gets to play in the more attacking role that he's excelled in, just hopefully he can do it on the right hand side instead of the left. Right, O'Reilly now bombing forward. Oh, he's carried it out of play there. It's a corner. I was going to say that looks a bit weird to me. Corner it is. Darvic is going to take. Can we sneak another goal in? It looks like we will nearly do it. Leifson, who has got some height on him, very close to making it 3 there. Very, very close indeed. That attacking midfield 3 again. If we have an attacking midfield 3 who are cooking, we are almost unplayable. Right, Tavares looking to find a way to get the ball to someone. Gets to O'Reilly, into Darvic. looks to make it 3. Can't get his second of the game, but he does win a corner that Damsgaard will take. First time that I can remember using Damsgaard, by the way. I do rate him quite highly. Ben Cook's gone and got a goal here. It's not going to get looked at for offside, I don't think. Happy days indeed. I do like Damsgaard. I've just never used him, but it feels like he always causes me problems. I don't know whether that is true, but I do feel like he always performs well. It's good to see that he does that for me as well. But it is a goal for Cook. Very happy with that. I don't know who got the flick on. Let's have a quick look. We'll never know. Again, I think it was Dan Hughes, actually. So Dan Hughes might have an assist to his name as well as a goal, which is nice to see. Right, Tel Aviv trying to remember to play football, but Cook manages to get the ball now. He gives the ball away as well. Everyone giving the ball away left, right and centre here. I'm glad we're 3-0 up, otherwise I'd be really mad. Right, ball back to their goalkeeper, who launches it forward. Hopefully we can win the ball. We can. Hinselwood does well. Darvic now to Cook. Cook out wide to Tavares. Tavares looking for a ball to whip in. He is going to whip it in. No, he doesn't get it to Cook, actually. Cook pulls it back to Damsgaard. So unlucky that Damsgaard can't get a goal today. As it stands, we're only 21 minutes in. This has been a heck of a game so far for only 21 minutes in. Right, corner, short to Damsgaard, back to Darvic the taker, whips it in, looking for Cook. Cook can't quite get there. And a twister, very far out the goal, probably further than he'd want to be. It's a poor cross from him. That was a bit risky from their defence, but they get away with it. But we now have possession. Again, Leifson on the right wing. Can't find Darvic. That's probably going to be the end of the highlight here. No, it's not. Hinselwood into a twister. This will get checked for offside. I don't know. There's a player who might be playing a twister onside. So it's going to be very interesting to see. I didn't see whether their arms went up. They did, because it's been given. There is someone playing them onside here. It's poor from them. So poor from them. Hinselwood intercepts. What a ball that is. And I think it's this guy over here. I think it's him who's playing them onside. We might not see him because he'll be off out of the frame, but we'll see the line. Yeah, it's him. It's so close, by the way, but he is, and Atuesta gets a goal. That's kind of how Atuesta's goals come. He can get involved in the build play, but a lot of the time it's just he will be there waiting for someone else to do something, and when someone does something, he'll be there to latch onto it, whether it's a pass or whether it's a mistake from the other team, a misplaced pass, a misplaced touch. He's just there. He's a bit like a poacher in that regard, but we don't play him as a poacher because I don't really like using poachers. I don't know why. They just don't seem to work for me. Darvic into a twister. That is offside. 100%. 100%. That is offside. I'm not counting this until I see it. To me, this is still 4-0. The arms are up. It's not. It's been given. Okay, I'm wrong. Atuesta has 2. Right, Leifson with a touch out wide. Lovely pass into Darvic. And I thought this was offside, but obviously the lines are going to tell me that it's not offside, which I'm more than happy about. Again, it's going to be out of frame. We'll see Darvic make the pass. No, it's his leg. It's his leg, you see. His leg is so far out. That's what plays it onside. 5-0 inside 25 minutes, by the way. Good on you, boys. Really happy with that. Really happy with that indeed. Right. We can just wrap up and go home now, really, can't we? Oh, look. They've gone and scored as soon as I've said that. That's concerning. We've switched off a little bit there, which we don't really need to be doing. I'm not mad, because at the end of the day, we're battering them. And that's all that matters. Do you know what I'm going to do? Finally, where are they? Right. With a win, they could get up here. But I don't think their head-to-head and goal difference is going to help them with it. So they are really playing for nothing today. More for pride more than anything. Right, Damsgaard now. Looking to create something else. Gets it into Darvic. Darvic looking to cut it across. It actually gets deflected. And the keeper has to put it out for a corner. And another corner it will be. Darvic looking to whip the ball in. He does so with force. And when it comes back out, Hinselwood now looking to do something. He's going to chip it in. Looking for Cook on the other side. He's not going to find him and he's going to go out. And that is why Hinselwood is a backup right back and not a full-time right back. This first half has gone on for a long time because we just keep scoring goals. Right, O'Reilly now into Ute. Ute with the yellow card over to Leifson. Leifson on the right-hand side. Gets it in. Lovely little chip. Looking for Cook. And there is Ben Cook with the header. And this one's going to be offside now, isn't it? We've had too many close calls. This has got to be offside, surely. Just by law of averages. There we go. There had to be one, didn't there? I'm a bit gutted it's Ben Cook. Ben Cook's been having a stellar game, by the way. He's on a 9 rating. This will probably go down now. That is the least offside of the 3 that have been checked, and it's the one that's been given offside. I'm outraged. I'm absolutely outraged at that. I'm glad he's already scored. I've kind of forgot he'd already scored a goal, to be fair. I'm kind of glad that he had, because I would be really annoyed. Right, Damsgaard from the throw. Gets it to Darvic. Darvic just turning his man, holding it nice and calmly, and Ben Cook completely scuffs it on the rebound. I'm having a lovely time watching us batter a team, because it's not often we get to see it. But I would have liked us to score another goal there. But do you know what? I'll take 5-1 at half-time. Although there's a corner, whipping it in, looking for Ute. And there's Leifson just getting in on the action. It's being checked for offside. Oh my God, we are playing it close today. There's an injury apparently, because the medical staff's running behind the goal, which is a bit weird. Okay, it's been given, which is great. Leifson gets his goal. Yeah, medical staff just running, jogging along there, and then it won't stay here long enough for him to come here, but he's just jogged along the back of the goal before the highlight as well. Oh no, he knows something that we don't. Oh my word, are we going to have another one? We are! Oh my word! Mikael Damsgaard! A cheeky little free kick routine. And we've gone and scored the 7th. This is utterly ridiculous, quite frankly. Darvic, Damsgaard, goal. I love a cheeky free kick routine. That's fantastic. That is genuinely fantastic. And finally, it's half time. My word, this is going to be a long video. I'm not going to complain about it if we're going to be spattering them with goals. Right, well, I mean, we can start thinking about resting people now. I'm going to leave Darvic on because I want to give him the hero send-off. I want to take him off. And what I'm going to do is take Ute. In fact, no, Ute's a bit quite fresh, actually, so we'll leave him on. Risk it. What I want to do is bring on Fernandez and McKernan. Fernandez will come on first for Ben Cook, and we'll bring Damsgaard here, and we'll give Fernandez a bit of a... Do you know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll do that. Let's put Fernandez out wide over here, because that's where he is now going to be playing. Darvic can go here because it doesn't really matter anymore. So we'll do that to begin with. And McKernan and Hall are going to be 2 players I want to get on. And we'll leave that for now. And we'll bring the other players on when we want to. Right, Fernandez. Let's get him on the pitch. Let's get him some minutes into him. And let's see how he does. Hopefully, against a team that we're battering 7-1, there's even a chance he could get a goal. I'd just like to see him get those minutes under his belt. Have we just come back immediately for a highlight? That's been checked. What is going on? We've just come back. First highlight. We've come back halfway through it and it's been disallowed. Let's have a look. So Atuesta's had a chance at a hat-trick there. He's not got it. It's another cheeky free kick routine. I mean, there's so many players offside. Who do you want to pick on there? There's so many of them. Like, we didn't even have a chance to catch our breath there. But Atuesta's been denied his hat-trick by the linesman. Rightly so, because half the squad was offside. But we go again. I mean, we've utterly destroyed them in this game. It's a joy to behold, quite frankly. No goals yet in this half, though. We'd already scored 7 by now. Right, free kick, Leifson to O'Reilly. O'Reilly, he's had a decent game in the centre of the midfield, by the way. Right, Leifson, looking to whip it in, goes back to O'Reilly, back to Ute. He's not going to crack one. No, he's not. He's going to give the ball away is what he's going to do. But we are hopefully going to win it back. Right, Dolner on the ball for them, goes back to their keeper who launches it forward. Go on, lads, let's win it off them. Ute, big strong header into O'Reilly. Into Damsgaard, Fernandez, Damsgaard. Find Fernandez again. Yeah, he sent him through. And Fernandez does score on his return. And that makes me really happy. Because I've been talking up how good Darvic has been for us. Since we changed to this system, since we started playing him consistently as an attacking midfielder, Fernandez has been excellent. The first half of the season, he was our best player, with Darvic being a very, very close second. And Darvic is the best player of the season by far because of the injury to Fernandez. That's how good he has been, and I'm so happy to see him get a goal. Right, whipped in. Ute was going to go for another one there. Right. This is like a pre-season friendly. This is nuts. Right, we are going to take Darvic off for the hero's farewell. McKernan's going to come on. We're going to switch. No, we're going to keep Fernandez there. We need to get him used to playing in that particular position. Hall is going to come on for Ute. And then we still have our final 2 substitutions, which we will use towards the back end of the game just for a bit of freshness. Right, well, I mean, I'm quite happy. We don't need to do anything else more now. I'm quite happy for us just to pack up shop and go home at this point. Fernandez has got his goal. I'd like an Atuesta hat-trick. I'm not going to be upset if we don't get one. but I would like it. Right, I was about to stop for a sub, but we'll let this one play out. Leifson with the throw to O'Reilly, back to Leifson, into Fernandes. Fernandes turning around, he's not going to go for another. No, gets to Tavares, who's going to go for it. And Nuno Tavares wanted to get in on the action. It's his first of the season. He's been on the transfer list all season. Pardon me. He's been on the transfer list all season, bless him. And do you know what? I'm kind of glad he's not gone, because he's been a more than capable rotation option on the left-hand side. He can play on the right if needed as well. He was a bit of a hero last season because he had to play on the right to begin with, because we had no right-backs. So I'm quite happy that we managed to keep him. Quite happy indeed. Although, again, I will sell him if the opportunity arises. I'm not that precious about it. I'm going to bring on Sjöqvist as the defensive midfielder, because why not? He can play there. And for my final trick, I'm going to take off Damsgaard, give him a hero's reception, and Patricio Jara can come on just to see the game out. That feels like a reasonable idea for me. Oh my God, we've come back into a highlight here. Hughes has come forward. What's he going to do? Gets back to Leifson. Leifson trying to get it crossed in. Has to go back to Tavares. I imagine the highlight's going to end here in a second. We've still got the ball here. There we go, we lose it. And now here come Tel Aviv, but the highlight ends. Isn't that a shame? Final few minutes here in the game. Fernandes, by the way, I didn't even clock. He's got an assist in the game as well. So he's done very, very well for his first game back. Very well indeed. And that is a stunning end to the league phase of the Europa League. And we go through with what's got to be the biggest win of the competition, surely. We finished second, just behind Eintracht Frankfurt, 3 points behind them. I mean, that is sensational. We only one loss against Rapid, who did get through into this stage as well. Everton did as well. Are there any big names who've missed out here? I mean, Fiorentina and Villarreal, you'd expect them to probably do a bit better. Sporting maybe as well, you'd expect to do better. Feyenoord maybe a bit higher up. AC Milan have missed out completely. What is going on in Italy? Goodness me. Well, I mean, that's their problem, not ours. So that's great. That is great. And, I mean, Leifson's been fantastic as well. Get a bit of money. Darvic fitness concerns is not our problem anymore, quite frankly, because he has left the club. I'm very sad about that. He's gone. He could have stayed for one more game. But he wanted to leave. There's nothing we can do about it if he wants to leave. It doesn't say how much money we get. Okay. We can do some damage with that. That's absolutely fine. So we can even pump that up a little bit, and we still have a decent wage budget. And there's even a bit of kind of fiddly in the middle room there as well if we need it. Okay, so we've got some money. So now I need to have a proper think about what we're going to do. My thoughts are that my attacking midfield trio is going to consist of Fernandes over on this side. Apologies, another knock at the door. We've got, I think that as our attacking midfield three. He's bang on. I think they're the three. And then we've got Jara who can go into there, McKernan who can go into there, Ben Cook who can go into there with little issue. I'm pretty happy with that as a rotation trio. And of course we do have Jara pulling double duty because he will also be the backup striker, which is fine. I can deal with that. And O'Reilly can also come forward if needed as well. We've got enough cover. I think we're fine. So I might look at wonderkids. I might just look, let's stock up on some youngsters, bring some in. If we see one who's ready now, we'll bring him in now. But I don't see a need to bring loads of players, like a superstar player in now, when we're playing well enough without it. Especially if Fernandes is going to pick up where he left off, like he looks like he's going to. I mean, he's been injured for such a long time. But yeah, in his first 2 games back, he's only played half a game, if not less, in each of those. And he's got 3 goal contributions. Admittedly, they're against lower level teams, but he's going to have his confidence. Before that, he was battering teams. Like, if I go back and show you the first half of the season, like, he was doing so well here. Like, in this game, 8.0. Against Brentford, 7.7, scored a goal. This game, he was 6.9, didn't have the best of times there, admittedly. This game, okay, not the best game there. This is kind of falling apart. 6.6, didn't have the best game. I think it took a while before we started to kick on and then he started to play well. Fernandes came off the bench there, 7.5. That's more like it. 7 there, did well. Scored in this game, got a 7.2 against Streda in the Europa League. Against Everton, scored, got a 7.8. Actually, Is that where he got injured? No, it's not. He played a little bit later on, actually. In this game, 7.3. No goal contributions. 7 no goal contributions. Still did well. Against Bournemouth, 6.6. No, didn't have a good game at all there, to be honest with you. Fiorentina, 7.6. Got a goal there. Scored 2 against Norwich. And that's where the big injury happened there. So you can see he was a fantastic player. Maybe saying he was our best player in the first half of the season is a bit hyperbolic. I don't know if that's the word. But he was great. I mean, 9 appearances in the Premier League, 4 goals, 2 assists. So 6 goal contributions in 9 games was pretty good going. So I'm quite happy to have him back. Obviously, we will see how he does. And if we think he does well enough, then we will just run with him because he's got potential. But if not, we'll bring someone in when we've got the money to. But I think that money there is better spent on bringing some youth into the club who can help us build for the future without having to spend big transfer fees. That's how I'm feeling about it. Right, I have definitely waffled on for too long. We will be back around the Europa League. What is it, the round of 16? It is the round of 16. Around here. And we'll see where we land. We'll do the second leg, and we'll either do Bristol City or Southampton, or if an FA Cup game's around there, we'll do that as well. But 2 wins from 2, 2 heavy wins from 2, I call that a win. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so. And you'll make me a very happy chap. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.